Hello and welcome back. This is the sixth question from Edexcel International Advanced Level, May or October 2020 P2 paper. This question is from the integration chapter. So let us see what it is saying. Figure 1 shows a sketch of part of the curves C1 and C2 with the equations C1 is y equal to x cube minus 6x. Let me just write it over here. So it is C1 is y equal to x cube minus 6x plus 9. And C2 is given as the equation y equal to negative 2x square plus 7x minus 1. The curves C1 and C2 intersect at the points A and B. So we can see that the curves C1 and C2 intersect. Intersect means they are meeting at the point A and B. The point A has coordinates 1, 4. So A is having coordinates 1, 4. Using algebra and showing all steps of your working, find the coordinates of point B. So they want us to find out the coordinates of point B. So we can take over here the coordinates of point B as x, y. Take some variables. You can take it as a, b, whatever letter you want, you can take it. Now we have to use algebra to show all the steps in solving this question. First of all, they have given us that the curves C1 and C2 are meeting at point A and B. Intersecting or meeting at a point means the equation of C1 becomes equation of C2. So intersecting word itself means they are meeting. So wherever they meet, the equation of C1 becomes equal to equation of C2. Because you can clearly see here C1 is meeting C2 and here also C1 is meeting C2. So at these 2 points, both the curves are on the same points. Since we got to know that C1 is equal to C2, we are going to equate the equations. So it becomes y equals y as they have given here. And the equation of C1 for y is x cube minus 6x plus 9 equals. The equation of C2 for y is minus 2x square plus 7x minus 1. Now what we are going to do is we are going to bring all these terms on the right hand side to the left hand side. So we can write it as x cube minus 6x plus 9 plus 2x square minus 7x plus 1 equal to 0. So we can simplify this by combining the like terms, x cube, and then we have plus 2x square, and we can combine the x terms, minus 6x and minus 7x gives us minus 13x, and plus 9 and plus 1 gives us plus 10 equal to 0. Now we have got one complete equation. But we have to factorize it completely to get the points of B as they have asked. So you can use the division method, long division method, or any other factorization methods. But here I am going to do the long division method. For that I need a divisor to divide this equation. I am going to choose the x coordinate which they have given for point A, that is x equal to 1. Let us just try it out. So if we are taking x equal to 1, does this equation go down to 0? If this equation goes down to 0, then x equal to 1 is a factor of this equation. So let us substitute here and check. So it becomes 1 cube plus 2 times 1 square minus 13 times 1 plus 10 equal to 0. So we get it as 1 plus 2 minus 13 plus 10 equal to 0. So this is 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 10 is 13. So we get plus 13 and minus 13, which is equal to 0. That means we have chosen a factor which can easily divide this equation. So we can take now this equation as x cubed plus 2x square minus 13x plus 10 should be divided by x minus 1. And as I said, I am going to use long division to completely factorize this. So I am going to use the long division. X minus 1 is dividing x cubed plus 2x squared minus 13x plus 10. So here we are going to divide x cubed by x minus 1 first. So the way we are going to do it is here, we are going to take x cubed first and then we are going to divide it by the first term over x. So we get here the term as x squared because 1x from here and 1x from here cancels. So 3 reduces down to 2. So here we get the quotient as x squared. Now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply the x with x squared. That gives you x cubed. And we are going to multiply the negative 1 with x squared. That gives us negative x squared. So here we are going to perform the subtraction now. So whatever is there in the second line, that is the second equation, plus becomes minus and minus becomes plus. We are going to flip the signs. So here plus x cubed and minus x cubed cancels and we are left with plus 2x squared and plus x squared. That gives us plus 3x squared. Now let us bring down the negative 13x. We are going to do the same thing here which we did for the first term, x cubed. We are going to divide the first term, 3x squared by x. That gives us 3x. Because 1x cancels from here and 1x cancels from here, leaving 1x at the numerator. So we get the quotient now, which is plus 3x. Now we are going to multiply x with 3x. That gives us 3x squared. And we are going to multiply the negative 1 with 3x. That gives us negative 3x. Same thing, we are going to flip the signs of the second equation. Whatever is plus, we are going to make minus. And whatever is minus, we are going to make plus. Again, since the terms are same but with opposite signs, this is plus and this is minus. This one cancels. And we are left with negative 13x and positive 3x. This gives us negative 10x. Let us bring down the last term over here, plus 10. Similarly, as we did for the first two lines, first two equations, we are going to take the first term, that is negative 10x, and divide it by the first term of this divisor, x. That gives us negative 10, because x term and x term cancels. So we have our numerator as negative, quotient as negative 10. Now the same thing we are going to do, we are going to multiply the x with negative 10, that gives us negative 10x, and we are going to multiply the negative with negative 10, giving us plus 10. Similarly, we are going to change the signs here, negative becomes plus and plus becomes negative. Since the terms are same with opposite signs, you would get cancelled, giving you a remainder of 0. This shows that when the remainder is 0, when we get a remainder of 0, it says that x minus 1 perfectly divides this cubic equation. Hence x minus 1 is a factor, but we have verified. Now next thing what we are going to do is, whatever quotient we have got, that is this thing. This is the quotient which we got. We should further factorize it. So let us factorize it over here. We have x square plus 3x minus 2. Let us factorize this now. So we get, I'm going to use the splitting the middle term here. So first we multiply first term with last term. So 1 times negative 10 gives you negative 10. I have to start finding the factors of negative 10, which when added or subtracted together should give me plus 3. So the one of the factors which I can think of negative 10 is 5 and minus 2. Because when we multiply these two, we get negative 10. And when we add these two, we get plus 3x. So here I am going to split the 3x in this way. So it becomes x square plus 5x minus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. So I have split the 3x as 5x and minus 2x. Now we have to factorize this by taking the common terms out. From the first two terms we can take x common out, and in the bracket it will be x plus 5. And in the second factorizing thing, we can take the negative to common out and becomes x plus 5. Remember again a hint, the bracket terms have to be same when you are factorizing it. If they are different, that means you are not splitting the term properly. Since I got the same bracket terms, x plus 5, x plus 5, the splitting of 3x is correct. Now further from this, I can take x plus 5 common. So it becomes x plus 5, and here it becomes x minus 2 equal to 0. So I have got two values of x, that is x equal to 2 and x equal to negative 5. Now let us find out the y values for the point B. So for the point B, we can take one of the equations, either C1 or C2, because it is a meeting point. B is a meeting point of C1 and C2. I will take the C1 equation, x cubed minus 6x plus 9. So it is x cubed minus 6x plus 9. Let us put the x value to get the y value. So here we have 2 cubed minus 6 into 2 plus 9, and we have 8 minus 6 into 2 is 12 plus 9. So we get here as 8 minus 12 is minus 4, and minus 4 plus 9 is plus 5. So y equal to 5. So when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 5. So the coordinate of B is 2, 5. We are not going to take the x equal to negative 5 coordinate, because we have clearly mentioned here that x is greater than or equal to 0 and x is greater than or equal to 0. Since negative 5 is less than 0, we are not going to take this x value. So this gives you the coordinate of B, that is 2, 5. Let us look at the B part of the question. The finite region R, shown shaded in figure 1, is bounded by C1 and C2. Use algebraic integration to find the exact area of R. Now we know the equations of C1 and C2. They are given as, for C1 it is y equal to x cubed minus 6x plus 9, and for C2 it is y equal to minus 2x squared plus 7x minus 1. So they want us to find out the finite region, area of the finite region, by using algebraic integration. Now for the integration, what we are going to do is, we can clearly see the curve C2 is above the curve C1. So we are going to write it as integration of curve C2 minus curve C1. because the curve C2 is above. You can see the line, this is above, and we can see the curve C2 is, the C1 is below. So it becomes C2 minus C1. Here in the integration part, what we are going to do is integration of C2 was minus 2x squared plus 7x minus 1 minus the equation of C1 was x cubed minus 6x plus 9. So we are going to integrate the given equations. So let us see now. First, let us simplify these brackets. So integration of minus 2x squared plus 7x minus 1 minus x cubed plus 6x minus 9 dx. Now this becomes, let us further simplify and combine the like terms. It becomes minus x cubed, and here we have minus 2x squared, and we have plus 13x minus 10 dx. Now we are going to start the integration of one by one these terms. The integration of minus x cubed is minus x. The power is incremented by 1, so it becomes 3 plus 1, which is 4, over whatever power we have, we are going to write it at the bottom. Then minus, for the second term, we are going to write 2 x squared. The integration of x squared is x. 2 is increased by 1, so it becomes 3. And whatever power we get here, we are going to write here. Plus 13x. Since its power is 1, we are going to increment it with 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 over whatever power we get, we are going to write it as the denominator. Minus 10 is a constant. So integration of a constant is 10x. Now at the end, we are going to write a plus c for this whole integration. This is what we get. We write this plus c if it is an infinite integration, if it is not having any upper limit or lower limit. But here we do have an upper limit and lower limit. The upper limit and lower limit is, as we have got the coordinates of A, which they have already given in the question, as 1, 4. So we have the coordinates of A as 1, 4, and the coordinates of B, we just found it in part 3, that was 2, 5, 2, 5. So we are going to take the x values for the A and B for the integration. As you can see, we have only x terms over here. So we are going to take the x coordinates to solve this. So it is always upper limit and lower limit. So here the upper limit, the upper or higher value of x is 2. So we take it as 2, and here we take it as 1. Here we take it as 2, and here we take it as 1. So since it is a finite integration now, we do not have to write plus c. Now let us simplify and substitute this upper limit and lower limit as follows. Here 2 and here 1. Now what I am going to do is, first I am going to substitute over here all the 2 values. Wherever x is there, I am going to substitute a 2 over there. So it becomes minus 2 to the power of 4 over 4 minus 2 to the power of 3 over 2 plus 13 2 raised to 2 over 2 minus 10 into 2 minus, this was for the upper limit, that was for 2. Now we are going to subtract and we are going to put the lower limit, which is 1. So wherever x is there, we are going to substitute the 1. So it becomes 1 minus 1 raised to 4 over 4 minus 2 into 1 cube over 3 and plus 13 into 1 square over 2 minus 10 into 1. So we have substituted the values. Now let us solve this. Here we have minus 2 raised to 4 is 16. 16 over 4 is 4 minus 2 cube is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. It becomes 16 over 3. And we have plus 13. 2 square is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. 13 times 2, we get it as 26. That is it as 26. And then we have 10 times 2 is 20. Minus, we have it as minus 1 over 4. Minus 2 over 3. Plus 3 over 2. Minus 10. Let us put it in the calculator and check what we will be getting. You can further write it or further simplify the negative signs. Negative 16 over 3 plus 26 minus 20 plus 1 over 4. Minus of minus is plus 2 over 3. And it is minus of plus is minus 13 over 2. Minus of minus is plus 10. Let us put it in the calculator and check what we get. 6 minus 4 minus 16 over 3 plus 26 minus 20 plus 1 divided by 4 plus 2 divided by 3 minus 14 divided by 2, and finally we have 2 plus 10. We have plus 10. Let us see what we get. We get it as 13 over 12. So the area of the finite region is 13 over 12. This is the final answer. So area of the finite region R is given as 13 over 12. We got over here.